Hi there, Pastor Wandile here, and it's that podcast, Third Base Online. Our topic is very interesting, and it's all about counting the cost. This will help you have the most successful year, 2026, and as well, it's all about understanding how to count the cost and all the information and details that are needed to make you be able to achieve your goals. Don't miss it for anything. Like, subscribe, and share. God bless you.
Trust in your plans, trust in your process.
Welcome back again to that podcast with none other than your host, Jeremy, aka the Zim Dream Kid, aka Mr. Visionary.
Pastor Wandile right here.
And welcome back to another episode.
Welcome everybody.
And
Great love and joyful greetings we bring.
yeah, in this new year, Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year.
By the time you're watching this, it's already 2026.
Welcome to 2026, everybody.
All right. Yeah, it's a new year, new vibes.
Yeah.
Let's continue doing the good stuff. Shout out to everybody doing the good stuff.
Shout outs.
Liking, commenting, sharing. Yeah.
I appreciate everybody that's been on our side from day one and those that are still going to join the bandwagon.
Mm-hmm.
We love you guys. We appreciate you. And if ever you need anything, communicate it. We talk about it. We share the vibes.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, please subscribe. A lot of you will be watching without subscribing. Come on, guys. Help us get to, let's have a challenge, sir. Let's say by June, can we get, how many subscribers do you think we can get by June, sir?
With the way people are supporting, I think we can make maybe like 500.
Let's say by June, let's get to 500.
500.
So you have to share it now and ask everybody to subscribe. Let's get to 500 by June.
If you can get us to 500, then we'll bring in a really, really special guest.
And maybe we'll have a give out to the one that will be supporting us and commenting consistently until June. We'll be watching. The last time we gave out air t-shirts and stuff.
The air t-shirts,
Yeah. So there's definitely the merch is still available, and if you want us to get you, let us know. Yeah,
still at the Bad Bistro,
dope space. Come and check out the space,
good
guys. Good vibes,
good employees, good.
Everything is on a good level.
Yeah,
you can even host your events here if you want to host your
events. Stage is always available.
Yeah,
and the place they can set it up for you if you need it. Whatever wedding, engagement, celebration, whatever you name it,
whatever business, whatever you have, you can come and celebrate here.
Come along,
because we even hosted the Third Base Live Experience last year.
It was right here,
last year, and who knows, we might have 2.0 in the making. Just keeping the prayers.
We're planning it.
Yeah. Let's get into it, sir. Today we talking about counting the cost.
Counting the cost.
2026,
which is a very good topic for us to begin the year with, obviously. Because I think where we miss it more than often is the fact that we write our resolutions. We make the pronouncements, a new year, a new me, and we're ready to write down all our
new
visions.
Year, new me, like I was joking on the other episode. Gyms are full right now, January. Come February. Hey.
Yeah, it's empty. So in that doing, with all the resolutions and all the ideas and the visions God will give you, because I when we begin a new year, we sit down with God and we ask Him how this year will be. So now that's where counting the cost comes in. Everything God said, every goal that you have targeted to achieve, every resolution that you have written down, now you count the cost to achieve them. You count the cost. Who intends on building a house according to Luke 14:28? Who intends on building a house?
In the words of the master builder.
Without counting the cost first to see if they will be able to finish it. So even in this year, you do the project management, sir. You do the project management. You calculate what you need. And, you don't limit what you can achieve to your calculations only. But there's that bigger picture, the sovereignty of God, where some things happen by favor,
By favor.
some things happen by His will.
Yes.
You get, so count the cost, all the resolutions you wrote down. So what does counting the cost mean? Let's start there first. It means
I think in layman terms, like for someone who's like, what are you guys saying? I think it's just basically planning.
planning, evaluating
Yeah.
what's required to be able to achieve your goal.
Yeah. And we know, like what you said in the words of the master builder, that you're just going to take time and sit down and say, to this year, like I think on the last episode, you've evaluated now
Yeah.
what you're trying to achieve, right?
yeah.
Now you're looking at, okay, I want to do.
Set the targets.
Set
Yeah,
the
yeah.
targets.
Yeah.
But now you're going to, let's say, I want to start a business.
Yeah.
Okay, this year. That's your whatever, one of your counting your cost.
resolutions,
Your resolutions. Now you're going
your
to count the
targets,
cost.
your
Okay.
dreams.
To do this business, I'm going to need A, B, C, D. I'm going to need so and so and so. I'm going to need how much and what is going to require for me to be successful. Now you're getting more into
the details. Yeah. You're getting into the details of
Yeah.
the visions and all of the targets. You get, if you want to buy a house, if you want to buy a car, you go into the details of it and see if it's something that you can handle, then that's
Yeah.
your part to play.
Yeah.
But if it's something that requires God and God's hand and God's favor and God's wisdom, then that's a different sovereignty entirely.
on its own. Yes.
Yeah. So you count the cost. You count the cost even with the visions you have for this year, 2026. You want to become something great. Everybody's destined for greatness. Everybody has that seed crying from within them. So now, for you to become it, you have to go into the details.
You have to nitpick, because like what you're saying, sir, I would just like to say, okay, like you're talking about the sovereign of God. Yes, God will do whatever that He wants to do. Maybe you like when you say you want to buy a car this year, and it seems like so far distant from you. But God can obviously work out however you work out. But there's no way it's gonna work out to you if you do not take the necessary steps. Yes, you might not have the money. Maybe you're gonna buy installments, but now you're gonna sit down and see what cars are on the market and see, okay, what can I afford? What can I not afford?
Can you not afford?
How can I do this? How much am I gonna spend? Do I need to save? Do I need to? While on the other side, you're praying for God's favor and God's
favor,
direction,
God's wisdom as
God's
well.
intervention,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But you can sit down and say, God, I need a car, and you are praying and fasting,
And you're not just doing
and
anything
you're not doing anything
to build you to that moment.
to build
Yeah.
you to that moment. Because like how our mother was teaching us, God can only give us what we can manage. So there's no way God's gonna give you that
God
car.
doesn't give you only what you ask for.
Yes.
But he primarily targets to give you what you can manage.
Because even if He gives you, you're still gonna lose it.
You're still gonna lose it because now you don't have the ability to manage that thing He has
And
given.
sometimes God, in His sovereign, He will give you what He can manage to prove the point. Usually,
Yeah.
if
More
you're
than-
wise enough, you begin. Okay, I prayed for this and I lost it. That means God is good. He can give this.
can
thing-
do anything, sir.
Anything. He can do anything, anytime, anywhere. But it's you who decides. Okay, if you lose this thing, are you gonna catch the principle that, oh snap, God gave me this thing, I lost
and
it.
I lost it. Yeah, and that's where now counting the cost comes in as well, because now
Yeah.
you have to be wise in counting the
The
cost.
cost.
You have to be prudent. So there's one thing that's happening in this generation right now where we all fall victim to peer pressures, to pressure of people, social
Yeah,
media pressure,
yeah.
where we see people buying cars, we see people buying houses, we see people doing things, and then we set their targets as our targets. Yet what we are trying to achieve is different from what they
they're
are
trying to
targeting
achieve,
and
yeah.
what they are achieving. Our backgrounds are not the same as well. So in counting the cost as well, you do consider that the pressure that comes from the media and from people and friends, because people will succeed. 2026, people will buy cars they can't afford.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. People will buy clothes they can't
can
even
afford.
But at the same time, when it comes to yourself, evaluate.
And we were talking about that. Sorry to cut you. We were just having the same discussion with my brother Joy. I think one of these days when I bring him on the pod, because that man has got,
he's got some sound.
he's
in
got,
him.
he's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
some sound in him. We were talking about into that thing you're talking about, that some people are gonna, you've seen some people doing something, and we were just basically talking about, just a sidebar, about how our generation, some of us are waking up to to the that okay, we've been cultured so much in when we talk about marriage and weddings that we've been made to believe the wedding has to be super big or some sort. Blow up the bag for
Have to spend a lot of money.
all these people, feed up so many people that you don't even know. I mean, like what we doing, bro? Can't we just do this more and save the money and you start your house, you start your marriage properly than blowing a bag on a wedding?
Yeah, and not speaking negatively of those that can be able to do that.
If you can do it, bro, there's
That's
no
perfect.
problem.
But if you can't, then evaluate yourself and calculate your things according to
your
they
capacity.
say cut your coat according to your size or your cloth according to your size.
Yeah, cut the clothes according to your size.
You get, so you know what you are capable of. You know how many people you can invite,
and you do not have to follow the trends. It does not matter, because at the end of the day, it's you and that person.
Yes. At the end of the day, it's after all the big
boom,
show,
boom,
and
shaka, boom, boom.
you have to it's just the two of you. You guys,
and we're gonna be in our house and be like, yo, that was a dope wedding.
And
like, hey, you are in your own, and you're like, hey.
and then it will move from celebrating you to keeping up with the stuff really. So now people will be watching to see what's going to happen now. How will they survive after they spend 50K on a wedding and 100K and 250?
Whereas you could have set yourself up for something. So these are the type of things we're talking about. If you're going to be counting the cost, it's like, do not follow culture in everything. If culture is telling you that, okay, you have to have this, who said it? You can actually gather the most independent people you have, celebrate and actually have a good time and continue. And nobody cares.
Yeah, and not just only for weddings as well. Everything
in general.
This year is a big year, and I believe God that this year promises to be a year of a greater prospect. So we all will get an opportunity to do good and acquire things, but don't miss your opportunity and be pressured and use what you are supposed to be investing or putting into something towards your
future,
your things that you have written for this year. And then when see others, they spend their money going on vacation, now you want to go on vacation as well. If it's not your time for vacation, don't fall under that pressure.
Don't fall under pressure.
Don't fall under that pressure. Don't allow the influence of media, the influence of people to make you fall short of your goals and your targets. So calculate and count your cost. Yeah,
because in some instances, you like your counting the cost is gonna make you decide do exactly the opposite. Like how our master builder says in the text, that I think he gives a good analogy when he's talking about, if you're going to go to war, count the cost. You might not necessarily need to go to war. In the words of the master builder, he's talking about, if you're going to war, count the cost. You might not necessarily need to go to war, but you might want to organize a peace treaty with your enemy.
Because you can't afford war.
War.
You have to, they say there was one guy who was fighting with a guy. So when he brought his older brother to come and defend him, the older brother saw the guy that he was fighting. And then he was like, why didn't you tell me it's this guy? Sorry, brother, this boy is silly.
Slap his head.
He counted the cost. He knew that this one is bigger than me.
We gonna die.
So you count the cost.
So in analogy, that's what we're talking about. Like in basically in life, sometimes you realize like, I don't think I should be doing this.
Yeah.
I think I should navigate my way. Or I cannot buy this, but how can I buy this?
I like what you just said. It's about navigating your way, because counting the cost is not to discourage you from achieving your goals. Rather, it's to help you navigate your way. You know how much you need to spend, how much you need to keep, how much you have to your disposal. You get it? It's not that now when you look at you want to do a wedding and then now, oh my god, I'm gonna need 50K for lobola already. Now you're fainting because that's because you're only gonna make 100K the whole year.
Like half of my salary is going to
So
one
that
billion.
means everything is gone.
Everything
But no,
is
no,
gone.
no. It's actually to help you to set realistic targets and say, okay,
Ah.
so this I can't achieve it in 1 year. I'll have to plan it over a span of maybe 2 years, even sometimes 6 months. You save up to that moment. And then this is why also I do believe it is important to write down, because when you write them down and you keep reviewing them, they keep encouraging you to plan towards them.
Yeah. Cause now that's why, for example, planning like what we're talking about, like cool, write it down, but now you're writing down in more depth, in detail.
Yeah.
That okay, I'm
Breaking
gonna
it
save my money. How am I gonna save the
Yeah.
money? Am I gonna open a savings account? Am I gonna open a brokerage account? Am I gonna whatever? Am I gonna have a side hustle that's necessarily all the money that I'm gonna get from this side hustle is towards that certain goal?
Yeah.
Because now you're breaking it down piece by piece. Because the greatest visionaries, for example, what made there's always this debate that it's funny how it's both of them are Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Steve Wozniak was the guy that actually made Apple.
Yeah.
But what made Apple was not Steve Wozniak's Apple computer that he made. Steve Jobs was the one that had the idea for details.
Yeah.
That when we make this computer, we want it to do 1, 2, 3. Because now it's the eye for the details. You say, okay, this year I want to accomplish A, B, C. But now, how do I break down this big thing into smaller chunks,
Smaller pieces
that I can actually achieve, that I can see possible? That's how most people get stuck.
That's how actually big things starts.
Yeah.
They start small
Steps.
and they build in small pieces and in small steps. With this generation, we just trying to get big so quickly,
Yes.
and we miss the point of why we actually have to be big. Because it's not just for the show, it's not just for the just the name, but there's lessons and disciplines that we learn in
Along
the
the
process.
way.
Yeah, so that's why also the discipline is important for yourself.
For yourself.
You have to be disciplined and you have to be calculated. You have to
Yeah.
be strategic about everything. Discipline. People make it seem like it's only just for temptation, but it also even pressure. You have to be disciplined in those natures.
Everything, basically.
It's basically discipline is basically saying no to distraction. Anything that can distract your vision or that can distract where you are going. Because even I remember even when we wanted to do the podcast, remember that there were so many discouragements. There were so many distractions for us to not even start. And there's even a time there was like, how are you guys even gonna do this? You're gonna use the corner of the church with the blue lines and half the light blue.
And I remember people were like, "Ish,
no, it's not gonna work. How you even gonna make the sound quality available? What are you guys even gonna do?"
Yeah.
And then if we had
Listen,
no discipline in this nature, then we would have listened to them. We would have
we could have felt discouraged, and even looking at ourselves like, Pastor, we're not wasting our time.
Where we will even get the people to listen to us, and who will even listen to us? You get
who are we?
Who are we? But that's where now it comes in discipline, saying no to the distractions. Yes, and please, there's one of our messages where we actually talked about criticism. Criticism. It's valuable. Trust me, criticism is valuable, but this criticism is not there to stop you from achieving your goals, but giving you pointers on what you need to work on to be able to survive or to stand or to be able to reach your goal.
A great leader should, how you becoming a great leader is when you can take criticism,
accept criticism
without being defensive.
No, you don't need to defend yourself.
Anytime someone criticizes you as a leader and you're like jumping on the gun there are times where you're like, okay, we are people, you jump on the gun. But then sometimes every time there's criticism, you jump on the gun. You need to work on your leadership.
You need to work on your leadership.
Because you're not listening, basically.
Because criticism is about listening more than reacting.
Reacting.
So what they're saying, you make note of it. and then you analyze it, and then you see whether you are falling into this category they are talking about
or not.
And if you're not falling into the category, you don't need to react to that. That means just chunk it away.
Okay, cool. I hear you.
I'm not a satanic dustbin. I won't be loaded with all your evil voices and negative energy. So that's how it works, and then you count the cost that way.
And it also, I think when we were discussing about this topic priorly, I think yesterday, we were like, also when you're counting the cost, I think, because you get to the wisdom of, okay, this is what I want to do, this is how I'm going to do it. Then I think also with that, with prayer and everything, God empowers you to sustain yourself, knowing that some of this counting the cost is going to be painful.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about that, we appreciate our mother in the Lord when she was talking about suffering, that you know that, okay, I'm fat. I need to go to the gym. It's not going to be a happy thing you're going to the gym. It's going to be painful.
It's going to be painful.
Because you're going to be doing what your body doesn't want to do. Your flesh.
You'll be going against your body's will.
And it's not even that. It's like so many other things that, okay, I'm going to have to starve myself from going out a lot, or I can't buy new clothes anymore, or I can't or I'm going to sleep late. If I'm going to have to, I can't be going out as much, or I'm going to have to sleep late. Whatever you're going to be, you have to sacrifice.
It's a sacrifice. Counting the cost is actually evaluating the sacrifices needed. Yeah.
So that's going to come into equation that, okay, I'm going to have to count the cost, because even in our walking our faith, it's going to cost you. I'm probably, for example, let's say you're new to the faith, you just got born again. There's certain things that you used to do probably that used to make you money that you're going to have to put aside.
Cut out, yeah.
Counting the cost for your destiny or for your eternal, destination, to say, hey, I might have to put this aside.
I like it when you're bringing it to the faith and into the salvation, because that salvation is a sacrifice. So it's a free gift of God that comes with a great sacrifice. To follow Jesus is a sacrifice. You get, and there are people you will lose along the way. There are friends you will lose. There are relationships that won't survive.
And I'm sorry to say this, but sometimes I've heard this so many times, when you're watching, when you're saying giving your life to Christ is the best thing you ever do, is gonna it is. But sometimes they make it so glamorous that it seems like it's like in the twinkle of an eye, your life will change it, until you start to walk the faith. Then you realize, for some people, it literally has to cost them their whole life. They are like what you're saying, your friends, your family, your finances, it's like everything has to.
Big sacrifice.
It's a big sacrifice.
Serving Christ is the best decision you
can ever make.
Giving your life to Him is the best thing that can ever happen to you, but it does come at a cost, and then you have to count that cost. You have to beat your body daily, sacrifice yourself constantly, and that's why He even says, if you want to be my disciples, then you have to take up your cross daily and follow me.
And following.
And this is, even with your goals, this is exactly the message we are trying to send to you, that you have to beat yourself daily. You have to break down all the negative energy, the discouragements, the distractions, the disappointments, and you just push through, persevere, basically. Persevere. That's what counting the cost is. Perseverance. Even in the toughest of conditions, you will meet rejection, sir. You will meet failure. You will meet backwardness. You will meet background forces and disappointments and family and everything.
Will come against you.
Even for us, as I'm sorry to say it this way, but as black children, like African children, the mountain is much bigger for us to climb than it would be someone that was raised with a silver spoon.
They always laugh and say that, hey, some of you are studying it at 1-0. Some of us are setting it negative -0. Like, bro, you have to do the minus first before you get to 0.
You climb first before you start actually seeing
-10.
And I put family in this because we in the African culture are big on family.
Yeah,
We support our brothers, we support our children, we support our wives, we support everything that concerns us, even our in-laws.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
contribute to their well-being. So that's already becomes a a thing that you have to add to the cost when you are counting and
Your
saying,
cost.
if I want to achieve this, remember, if anything happens now, you still have to contribute to that. You get. So don't just be blindsided and
Be selfish in your
yeah, and
decisions.
we sometimes we want to react in emergency cases. Save up. Be ready for any negative news, and not saying that you pray for it, but be aware that if it does happen, that you are safeguarded in that area.
In the black culture, some of the things that we can count the cost for is like we and also it's also people of faith that this thing also affects. Like we would spoke about it that day, that if you're, especially this one is for black people that are Christians,
Yeah.
please get a funeral cover. Please get life insurance. Please get insurance. Please get a medical aid. Yes, God can preserve you from all these things happening.
And you've never been to hospital before, very well.
Thank God. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
In the case of something happening, this is where you find people like now running around hater skater looking for finances to bury a loved one, where they could have cut the cost halfway if they had a funeral
If
cover.
they just had a
You are not
funeral cover.
you're not death wishing on anyone on you.
No. If
but you are being wise.
I think I heard somebody when they said they should get a funeral cover, they said, God forbid, no one in my family will die. No, that's not what funeral cover means or anything like that.
Oh my God.
And we're not promoting any funeral cover to
Yeah.
say take this. or
We're
take
just
that.
being wise.
We just, insurance.
Be wise.
Be prepared if you know that you don't have chunks of money just sitting somewhere waiting.
Yeah.
These things are there to help us, cut the cost.
Cut the cost
And help us
when
to-
necessary.
Yeah.
Because life is sometimes God is sovereign. Anything can happen, and now it's at the mercy of your wisdom that you are prepared enough to face such a thing, that when it comes, you are not in the now going around adding more problems to
and
the
begging
problem that is
people.
already is in your face. Because at least if you can do these things, if you are able to do these things, these are the things that can help you. They are counting the cost.
Yeah. And even something like getting medical aid, that's really expensive. But if you do feel sick, pray about it. Very true. But don't forget to also check up if it's a natural sickness or a spiritual sickness, because these two things are different.
Yeah.
If it's something natural that just needs a certain treatment or a certain way to take care of yourself, you can't be eating junk all day every day and expect that your body health to be
And
perfect.
you are busy praying for health,
for good health.
and you are eating chunk. And that's not gonna work.
You also, when you do get the opportunity, let's just faith first, very well, but wisdom also important.
Important also.
It has to match your faith.
You have to. I think as people of faith, we struggle balancing the physical,
balance, yeah,
or spiritual.
yeah.
I think especially in this day and age, where I feel like a lot of young people are desiring to have the power of God move, which is dope. I love that movement, but we should also have the understanding that God works in powerful ways using wisdom. We're gonna need power to move and do revivals and everything, but that revival that you're doing needs finances. So how can you not operate in the wisdom of God on how to make finances work for that revival? Because it's pointless for you to have so much power and you can't display that power.
Yeah.
Trust in your plans. Trust in your process. Trust in your plans. Trust